The fully redesigned 2023 Honda Pilot sits between the CR-V and the Passport in Honda's SUV lineup. It has 5 trims available. It does have a slightly higher base MSRP compared to 2022. Today we are looking at the Touring trim that has a starting MSRP of $46,450. The powertrain is the only thing that remains the same on the Pilot year over year. It's powered by a 3.5 liter V6 producing 285 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque. This one is equipped with all-wheel drive, allowing you to tow up to 5,000 pounds versus the 3,500 pounds on the two-wheel drive. There's 5 drive modes available, so you'll have your towing mode, Sport, Normal, Eco, and Snow. And then the all-wheel drive is also going to add Trail and Sand. You can get up to 19 miles to the gallon in the city and up to 25 on the freeway with all-wheel drive. So like I mentioned, it has been fully redesigned and fits in really well with the rest of Honda's SUV lineup now. So it has a significantly larger, way more open front fascia. This whole grille is just huge in comparison to last year. You also have this honeycomb style now. This is gonna be gloss black on the Touring trim. And then I would say that it actually looks less aerodynamic. However, it looks a lot more substantial and more demanding. You have more horizontal, narrower LED headlights. You have some more ventilation down here on this side. That's actual real air vents there. That's not fake. You'll have just a little over 7 inches of ground clearance with the Pilot. You got 20-inch wheels on the Touring wrapped in some Bridgestone all-season tires. You also get body-colored side mirrors. The redesign on the back is a lot squarer than last year. You also have like slightly boxier taillight design as well that just matches very well with the overall shape of the car. And then also new is your Pilot badge taking up the whole center of your tailgate rather than being over there as like a little badge. And then moving on down, you do have a whole redesigned bumper at the bottom there that also incorporates your exhaust. And then this one, this Touring and the Elite both come standard with a hands-free liftgate. So as long as the keys are near you, all you have to do is wave your foot underneath there and then it opens right up. That's pretty handy. And then because this car is so big, I'm gonna say you have so much storage in here. So you can easily fold down your 3rd row by just pulling these little knobs, and then you can just give it a little push down. These are the best. Honestly, I actually wish that they really put this in the CR-V 2nd row to make that easier to pull down as well. And then optional fun little feature here is to have this nice cargo cover. And then before we fold down that 2nd row, I do want to show you that there is a storage space here for your second row middle seat. It's right there, you can see it. So also if you just happen to have this in place as a middle seat in the 2nd row, then you have even more storage space deep down in here that's really nice and concealed. Folding the 2nd row down is easiest to come around to your passenger side door to do that. There's a button here, and it's the exact same button right down here on the side. This button is actually more access for the person sitting in the 3rd row, so you just give that a push. They can go ahead and get out of the car that way. Or there is a lever here on the side that just folds this down perfectly flat. Now there are 4 ways that you can close your liftgate here, but the unique way is a one-touch walkaway closing feature. So the inside, there's a little button here that's easy to just press. You press it and then it'll turn green. It's not gonna close until I've actually removed myself from the area so that I don't get squished. Climbing into your 3rd row is pretty easy. I'm 5'1", maybe that's why. You have some comfort features back here. I would like to have this middle seat removed as is, and then I would just sit right there in the middle so that I have all the extra leg room, because this is for sure like put the short people back here. So you've got 2 cup holders on either side. You have nice air vents back here, as well as USB charging. These little anchor guys are great if you have this 3rd row folded flat and need to tie anything down for cargo space. So much like the Odyssey, the middle seat of the Pilot is removable and stowable. It's really easy to do. Start by having it folding flat. There's a lever right down here that you're going to give a pull that unlocks it so that you can release it to lift it up out of the middle. I would say that this weighs roughly 25 pounds. It's really not that heavy. And the best part is it's stowable, like I said. So there is a space right in your cargo compartment that fits the seat perfectly. Two tips that I want to add on before moving forward is when you're removing that middle seat, make sure that whatever side you're removing it from, that your front seat is adjusted as far forward as it can, just to give you extra space and a lot more room for like leverage for getting it in and out. Also, have that cargo storage area open. That way you don't have to set it down, open it up. You can just take it right out and dump it right into the back. You can get captain seats. They're available on the EXL trim and the Trail Sport trim. Otherwise, this is the closest that you're going to get to captain seats in the touring trim. So you also have no more heated 2nd row outboard seats, and also you'll notice no more entertainment system in the 2nd row as well, which that decision actually makes a lot of sense to me. I don't see that as a downfall. I think that technology changes so quickly, and I think it's a lot more accessible for people to just have their own tablets that can either attach to the headrest. They make a lot of accessories for that, or even just to hold it in your lap. And instead of that, you have a gorgeous panoramic moonroof that I think is really nice to look at instead. You do have controls down here for your climate controls that you can easily adjust. You have 2 USB charging ports right down there as well. Also, just a nice little touch is this pocket right here that's perfect for fitting a cell phone in. And then you do have some little storage pockets on behind both seats. There's a lot of storage in the door as well. There's 2 cup holders just in one door, and this has the Bose premium sound system, and so you'll get nice speakers in those doors as well. Moving on up, you do have this retractable sunshade, which is always nice for privacy and sun protection. Also, Honda commonly features acoustic glass, so that does have this. That's just going to provide a much more peaceful ride for the entire cabin. Up front in the touring trim, you will have leather trimmed seats, and heated front seats are standard across all trims in the Pilot. You have a updated steering wheel that's less bulky, a lot more sleek looking. It also features more modern buttons that incorporate switches and a scroll wheel, and these are actual buttons, nothing haptic touch going on in here. Beyond that, you have a new 7-inch half digital, half analog gauge cluster. And then next to that, we have a completely redesigned infotainment system. Honda's jumped on the trend of elevating your infotainment system up out of the dash rather than inset into it. It's also an inch larger than last year's. So this is 9 inches of screen here. You do have wireless connectivity, wireless Apple CarPlay, which is great. And then moving on down, some of your climate controls, a lot of this has been updated as well, which features knobs now for your fan speed and your temperature. This is a lot more intuitive to me than buttons or anything else, because this is easy to look at and feel without taking your eyes off of the road. And then below that, there once was a CD player here, but it is no longer there. Now you have USB A and C charging, as well as a 12-volt power source, and a very strange pocket here that I don't really know what you would put there. Below that, that's your wireless charging. Another little just sticky storage area if you wanted to put another second cell phone there, maybe. All of your gear shift remains the same. Loving the cup holders here on the side of it. So just to, especially because this is a flat gear shift, it just makes it so easy, very ergonomic. Also new, this used to be like flat, not elevated, and then you had armrests that would fold down for either seat, but now they've replaced those retractable, foldable armrests with a kind of more standard center console that you can easily just rest your arm right there. Some more storage areas that you have up front is this funny little pocket right here that also has a grippy surface pad to prevent things from sliding around on. Obviously you have a glove box, and then moving on up you do have a sunglasses holder that also features a conversation mirror, so you can hold this and then talk to whoever's in your second or third row, or perhaps yell at them and tell them to behave because they're being loud. And then moving on over here, there's some new functionalities going on. Your mirror adjustments are now on the armrest of the door rather than to the left of the steering wheel up in the dash. The Touring is gonna also have your memory seating here. You have 2 different memory options. Lots of more storage down here in the door, like a lot. You have like a cup holder here that could fit a small water bottle. Another little weird thing that's not a cup holder, but like, another just small little cubby. Below that, you have a lot more storage within your door, all these different cubby spaces. One of them would totally fit a small water bottle as well. That wraps up our time today with the new redesigned 2023 Honda Pilot. If you have any further questions, drop them down in the comments. Also, let us know what you think of this redesign. And a big shout out to Salinas Honda for hooking it up with today's Pilot. Bye.